at all. And I make that very plain to you. No opportunity at all. So, if the issues are such that I am going to need time to read it, I shall simply read the papers, list this for 2:15, and I will adjourn this afternoon's case to somebody else. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to take it on the hoof. It's as simple as that. I'll be quite upfront with you.
So I am in a little difficulty in that I am before one of your brother judges at 2 o'clock in a trial.
So say, not my problem.
No, sir. In fact, 2:15 is in front of District Judge Kaywood, yeah. It seems to me you will require time to read the witness statement, both in support of the claimant's application, and there are documents that the defendant has filed as well in response. I can't see, I can of course guide you through the evidence as we go, as it were, but I think you require sight, at least a chance to read the witness statement.
It's a very sensible approach, if I may say. Otherwise it will take forever because we're going backwards and forwards, whereas I could much more quickly just read up on what's involved. Just for my benefit, can you tell me what the applications are going to be?
Yes, sir. This is the claimant's application, which has now been amended to an application for strikeout pursuant to CPR 3.42C.
Yes.
I do apologise. 3.42A. The C point has disappeared. You don't need to concern yourself with that, sir. And also summary judgment under CPR 24. The claimant's case being that the defendant discloses no reasonable prospects of defending the claim. The defendant has made an application to stay proceedings so that a complaint can be pursued through the Legal Services Ombudsman. And I understand there was at some point mention of a defence application for strikeout. I haven't seen a formal application. I don't know whether there is one or whether that's been dealt with by the court administratively. I believe that was dated the 11th of June.
I've got claimant's application, I've got claimant's application, I've got claimant's application, I've got urgent witness statement in response to defendant's application for a stay, original witness statement, defendant's application for a stay, so the only application I've got on now, just for my benefit, Alan Aitchison.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honour.
So we just have one application certainly before the court at the moment, and that's for the stay.
I actually submitted an application for strikeout to the court some time ago.
Do you know what dates you got?
Top of my head, I can't. I've actually paid for 2 applications, one for strikeout, one for stay, and that's in documentation submitted.
What was the evidence you filed in support?
Basically, looking at terms and conditions, I've actually submitted 2 bundles of paper, 2 bundles this particular week. One is like 130 pages, and another one is for 120 pages. And I've also submitted a third one regarding the.
Is it? Look,
So I submitted it.
just a minute. It says whether somebody's made a mistake here. An application by the defendant to stay, that I have got, that I can see. Numerous bits of paper attached to it. Numerous bits of attachment. Then I have got I've clearly got an application. This is reference to it. Where it is on the court file, doesn't tell you.
So do you actually think it's worthwhile the case to be put to another time.
No,
because-
sorry, can you just bear with me a moment, because I need to clarify those complaints. I've got Mr Alan Aitchison's application, it's dated, first, I can see it's got the stamp, 25th of August, he received £100.
And
That's
that's in
listed for
respect.
30 minutes, which was pretty optimistic. Then claimant's application says letter dated 21st of July. Borderline knows why it took so long to refer it. The right following the order made by the submitted application dated 7th of July to strike out. We have to go back further.
Strike out, that's the one.
Keep going back. Got the defendant's strikeout. Mr Alan Aitchison, I'm seeking a strikeout dated the 12th of July. Resubmission application.
So the claimant's application is dated the 7th of July.
Yes.
That's on an application
It's
notice.
The one seems to have got lost in the mists of time.
Do you not have the application notice, sir?
Ah, finally found it. Right. Strike out the defendant's defence on the ground failed to file his listing questionnaire. The letter purporting to be a defence discloses no reasonable grounds for defendant. So that's the application originally.
Yes, sir. That was dealt with back when the matter was before the Northampton County Court, before it was transferred. Thereafter, an order was
It's never
made.
been determined though, has it?
No, sir, but an order dated the 6th of July granted the defendant further time to file the directions questionnaire. So that part of the application has necessarily fallen
Fine.
away. The matter was then transferred to Portsmouth, and then the court listed this application to be heard, the remainder of the application to be heard of its own volition on the 19th of August. At that point, the witness for the claimant, David Underhill, has filed a supplemental statement to assist the court, which is dated the...
Okay, I've heard enough, all right. My time is running out. If you want me to read, you're going to have to make a judgment call here. Either you're dealing with this case at 2:15, or you're getting somebody else in to deal with this, or you're getting somebody else to deal with your other case at 2:15. Because if I'm going to deal with this today, I've got to read it, otherwise you'll have to have it adjourned to another date.
I will make all inquiries I can, sir. I have concerns about whether somebody else could pick this case up, given the amount of documentation in that time frame. I don't know whether I can find someone else to cover my trial this afternoon. It may also be too short notice.
Fine. Well, then we'll deal with that problem at 2:15, because something's going to have to be adjourned. And
Thank you, sir.
I've got a small claim that's going to go pear-shaped anyway if I hear this. So one or the other is going to be adjourned at the end of the day. It's just we know the list of it. It's as simple as that. And I've just got to grapple with that. So we'll resume at 2:15 when I've read all the papers.
Thank you, Alan.
I've now found your application.
I have submitted substantial amounts of documentation. I've submitted 130 pages,
What I've got here is...
40 pages.
Well, it's a summary judgment application. I've got this, which goes to 116. Is that you?
I've submitted, on Monday I've submitted 130 pages and another 120 yesterday, 130 yesterday. I've also submitted another one regarding, a third one regarding actual cost incurred by me. And the reason, simple reason that the terms and conditions were breached by Shenton's in terms of the dispute. I've also submitted recent documentation from the legal ombudsman, which was yesterday, which I received yesterday.
No, come on. You can't expect a judge just to absorb this level of detail. It is ridiculous, I'm sorry. It's utterly ridiculous for what is an interlocutory application. This is... This is a train running out of control, I'm afraid. Interlocutory applications. It's trial bundles, these. These are the bundles one would expect for a trial, not for an interlocutory application.
All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show everything that I
There is
have.
no way on an interlocutory application you can show a judge over 300 pages of documents. Absolutely no way. The only way you're going to succeed is by referring the judge to relevant documents. And
Yeah.
certainly, if you think I'm going to read through 300 pages of documents, then I'm not. I'll read witness statements and I'll look at documents that I think are relevant, but I am not going to read 300 pages of documents. No way. Not a chance. Not on an interlocutory application. Can't be right. Because you won't have the time to take me to 300 pages of documents. I should think, at most, I would expect you to take me to a dozen, if that, on an interlocutory application. And this, I've got these, and I'm assuming that these are the bundles that you're referring to. These two that look like this.
Yes, that's right. That's correct, sir. Yes, that's right, Your Honour.
Yes?
That's right. There is a third one which I've also submitted regarding the costs today and costs incurred.
Not seen that.
Okay.
But I can do that later on. I need to start reading if I'm going
Okay,
to start
okay.
to do this.
Okay.
So I might be able to assist you. It'll certainly be the claimant's contention that one of those bundles deals with matters that are not the subject of these proceedings, never mind this application. One relates to the defendant's complaints about a conveyancing matter which has not been charged within the invoices that are claimed for, and so in that respect aren't really for your determination today. That may immediately cut down your reading time. It also may assist you, sir, just by the way, I don't need to speak for the defendant, but just as it may assist, it appears that in the second bundle, what might be considered his witness statement starts at page 27.
Now, can everybody withdraw, please, and give me some moments of peace and silence? Start doing some reading. Now, make it clear, I'm entitled to a lunch hour, and I'm going to take a lunch hour as well. If it means that I have to take a bit longer to finish reading, I shall take a bit longer.
Thanks,
We shall
sir.
start later.
And if it seems that there'll be some difficulty, I will try and get a message to you as soon as possible, so that may affect the
Fine.
time you take for reading.
That'll help. Thank you.
Can I confirm that you have the supplemental statement of Sean David Underhill?
Have you got that?
That is
Have you got that
really the
statement?
gist of the claimant's evidence, dated the 20th of September.
I have a supplemental statement of Sean David Underhill. I don't know where I'm going to find the original statement, but
The original statement, sir, is the one contained within the application itself.
as long as it's with the application, I'll be happy by me.
And I don't actually believe it is a separate statement, so I believe it is the statement on the application form itself.
Just that.
Yes,
Fine.
there is a supplemental statement dated the 20th of September, a further
That.
one.
Please withdraw now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Apologise.
I'm sorry,
but
I'm sorry, Your Honour.
Second control. I trust that you will be there this afternoon.
Yes, yes, Your Honour. I'm sorry for the complicated and long.
No, no, it's all right. I'm trying to cut to the chase.
Okay.
Thank you.